The soul cairn. And that, right there,
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity.
does not look very pleasant.
Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
Did you know I visited elsewhere once? What a strange and wondrous place.
Soul harvested. Yikes. This looks kind of like a path. What is this?
A soul gem. That's what it was. Then I must be. Oh, no.
Huh. Ooh, what? That's like a chest. What is in there? Oh, so that's what it looks like from here. Well, the arrow is pointing over in that direction. So I guess that's where she is.
Get out while you can.
Not yet. We have business here.
Where'd you come from?
Oh boy. Bone man.
Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Huh.
Look at the sky. What kind of place is this?
Oh, whatever that note was, I can't seem to pick it up now.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful.
Oh,
like
man.
they're still suffering.
Interesting that there's gold here in a place like this. Why would there be gold in a realm like this?
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
Calm down. Who's Arvak?
Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run.
Serana, what are you doing
Please,
pushing
he's
him?
such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
How can I help him?
Arvak! Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Find Arvak's skull in the soul cairn.
Are you alive? I must be imagining this.
Oh! Oh! That must be Arvak! Where'd he go?
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones.
Morven Stroud. What's the matter with you?
Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
So that's how you got here.
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. Oh, people would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
Do you have anything left?
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here.
There must be something you want.
I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground. Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
Fair enough. What do you have?
Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal, if you have the husks.
I don't have 25 husks.
No husks, no sale. Guess you have some scavenging to do.
Geob's Opus? I don't even know what this fungus stuff he was talking about looks like. Alright, let's head this way because it looked like Arvac was telling me to go in this direction. I'm guessing that's... I can't cross that. Gonna have to be careful. Oh, that's the... Those are the soul husks. Is that a miscellaneous thing I found? No. Huh. Oh well.
Who's there?
Oh, hello.
Done and done. Who's there?
Okay. A keeper. He's wearing a dragonbone armor set. And he has a dragonbone axe. Oh my goodness.
Done and done.
Black soul gem and a dragonbone battle axe. Oh my goodness. Well, I already have one of those back at home, so no big deal. Oh, hold on.
I'd heard
May as well work on my restoration.
stories about this place, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined.
I wonder what that keeper was about. I haven't seen Arvac again since.
At least the pain is gone.
But I'm hoping that's what he was trying to tell me. I mean, I can kind of afford to explore here, because I do have a waypoint to wherever Valerica is, so... Though I wish there was a waypoint for Arvac, but huh. Huh. Oh, now it's kind of shifting. I thought I heard... Huh. I thought I heard what sounded like hooves. I keep hoping Arvac's gonna show up again and try and give me an idea as to where I'm supposed to go. What's this over here? Oh, retrieve Arvac's skull! We found it! Return Arvac's skull. There's his owner.
Arvac! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvac for me. Such a good horse.
Okay. Alright. So, we just got a new ability. Summon Arvac. Or Tamriel Wilderness to act as your steed. This makes it so convenient to not have to spend any money on any mounts and such. And yeah, I do have Shadowmere, but I'm always worried about Shadowmere getting killed. Whereas now, you can just summon Arvac, and you don't have to really worry, because he's going to disappear after a few seconds after you dismount him anyway. So now, I have my own mount here that I can just continue to use whenever I want. It's pretty great. So let's go ahead. Now that we have Arvac, let's go ahead and summon him. Look at that. Yeah! Eh, don't worry, Serrano will catch up. Oh, okay.
Where'd you come from?
Come on, boy. Whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Press the wrong button. I think that's her mom. Yeah, see, he just goes away, but I can always just resummon him.
Mother?
There she is.
Mother!
Maker, it can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him, to make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
Yes, ma'am?
So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is no ruse. I want to keep her safe.
Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
That's why I'm here, for the Elder Scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
What do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
How does Serana fit in?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Huh. Cold Harbor?
It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal. His place in oblivion.
Ah. The tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
Are you saying that Harkon means to kill her?
If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
I would never allow that to happen.
And how exactly do you plan on stopping her?
I'm the Dovahkiin, the Dragonborn. I'll need your help to stop Harkon.
Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers.
And Serana's opinion in this?
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
Serana believes in me, why won't you?
Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
Oh!
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you too. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
So then do you have the Elder Scroll with you?
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
And what do we need to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
We'll return soon.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him.
No, is that all?
The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
Again, Dovahkiin have already taken down Alduin. Who's Durnevere compared to him and me? So, how did you become imprisoned here?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
And what was the bargain?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
They tricked you.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
You became trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
So you've been imprisoned here for all this time?
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in.
And now I'm here to intervene. So perhaps you could tell me, who are the Ideal Masters?
I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance.
What do they resemble?
Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that.
How so?
I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence.
And the crystals?
Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
And why would they require sustenance?
The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them.
What do the Masters provide in return?
The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra.
Ah.
However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here, as harvested souls.
Why haven't you pursued the prophecy?
Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
What sort of
If
attention?
eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated.
So you prefer living in the shadows?
I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future.
If I leave the Soul Cairn, can I safely return?
As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the soul cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
Gotcha.
Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Oh,
Let's
no
kill
worries
those
in that regard.
Keeper things and get back to the prison.
Yep. Alright, so the 2 remaining, we ran into one of them earlier. We have 2 keepers left. One of them is over here. And every time I do this, it'll help me level up my conjuration. Not something I'm looking to fully level up or anything, but hey, it's a way to help me level up. It is interesting that these keepers are wearing dragon bone armor and using dragon bone weapons. I'm just saying, it's kind of like the Ideal Masters gave them that. It's because they know who I am. Ooh, hold on. Conjure Boneman. Hello. Don't know if I'm ever going to use this, but hey, it's an extra spell tome. There we go. Aha!
Yeah.
Alright. Let's continue. Alright, so the keeper should be over here. There he is.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Oh, he has a shield and a mace.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on, hold on, hold on. There we go. Black Soul Gem and a Dragon Bone Mace. Again, I have one of those back at home in Whiterun, already leveled up, and I did all that before I turned my smithing into legendary. So, no reason to pick those up now. Alright. I will head over there and get that last Bone Keeper, and we will probably be back where Valerica is when we come back. Stay tuned.